Good morning, my people, my people, my people. My name is Chi Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadine Spirit and Most Hated Son. I am the diaspora machismo. My people, it was another beautiful day for a protest and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's fame. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African, American, and my people? As you know, when I've finished protesting and I've given you an update as to my protest, it is always my delight and pleasure to bring to you something from the word of the Most High God. My people, there are a lot of people who are up in arms and are disturbed, perturbed, and are angry because I made a bold statement on Friday that you cannot be the friend, the husband or the wife of a white man and be favored by the Most High God. This is a simple, straightforward thing. The Most High God said to his prophet Malachi, and Malachi recorded that in Malachi chapter 1, verse 2 to 4. You don't hear preachers speaking about it because they want you to believe that the Most High God is all-loving. The Most High God is perfect in love, perfect in hate. He's perfect in every emotion that He has given to us. The Most High God will never give to us an emotion that He cannot experience or do not understand. So when in Malachi chapter 1 verse 2 to 4, the Most High declared to his prophet Malachi, I will hate the Caucasians and I will hate the Caucasians forever. He also said before that, isn't Esau and Jacob brothers? Yet Jacob I love and Esau I hate, and we know Esau is the father of the Caucasians, the Edomites. They changed their name. They don't want you to know who they really are. They don't want you to know how the Most High feels about them. However, the Most High says He will call them a border of wickedness, a people who the Most High will hate, and He will hate forever. It said indignation there. Indignation means to be angry with. We all know angry is short-term hate. And if you are going to be angry, if you are going to have short-term hate for a person forever, it simply means that your hatred for them will extend forever. My people, if you say you love the Most High God, if you say you want to be like the Son of the Most High God, and if you say you want to be a citizen in the kingdom of the Most High God, even if it is for 1,000 years and return to the earth, you have to be reliant and totally committed to the things of the Most High God. How can you love me and love the things that I hate? How can you love the Most High God and love the Caucasians who the Most High God hates? It is totally impossible. Experience of my childhood. My father, Hamilton Palmer, meant the world to me. What my father said was law. My father's words were even more powerful than the law of the land in my life. If my father refused to speak with a person for whatever reason, I don't care why my father refused to speak to that person. If my father decided that he don't like this person for whatever reason, I don't care why my father didn't like that person for whatever reason. If my father got into a fight with someone for whatever reason, I don't care the reason why my father got into that fight with that person. If my father refuses to speak to you, then I will never speak to you. Even if I meet you in the street and you call me and talk to me, I will never entertain you, even as a kid. Who my father Hamilton Palmer hated, I hated them. Who my father Hamilton Palmer was going to fight with, if I am there, I am fighting with them too. That is because I love my father. I will do anything to please my father. The same thing with the Most High God. The Most High God is more important to me than Hamilton Palmer was. So if the Most High God hates the Caucasians, it's obvious. My disaffection for them will be evident. One of the things I know for sure, everything that Hamilton Palmer, my father, did was always for an example to me and his family, and for the protection and the betterment of his family. Let me give you an example. When I was a very small child, there was a pedophile by the name of Mr. Millington who was operating in the Kingston area. He was a supervisor at the sanitation department. This is in the 1970s. Early 80s, 1970s. He raped a lot of children, male children, in the Bottomtown area. I was hearing about these things, but I didn't understand what was happening because my mind couldn't conceive or perceive the things that I didn't know about. I hear the conversation, I remember the conversations. But what were they speaking about, I did not know. After I get older, I got to understand what they were speaking about. So one day this Mr. Millington came into my father's shop and he ordered a PTF from, and he was getting ready to relax with Mr. Dopwell and Mr. Winston Batiste and all of the other patrons that came to my father's business place. And I was sitting on the floor of the shop behind the counter as usual. And my father asked him to be excused from the other people in the bar section of the shop. And he brought them down to the grocery section. And he had a few choice words to him. That's all he said. Listen to me. I know who you are. I know what you have been doing to the little boys in this place. But I'm telling you now, I have a small son. And if you ever mess with him, I'm going to shoot you right in the head. And then my father said, this is what I want you to do now. Leave my shop and don't you ever come back in this shop. He left. The other patrons of the shop was saying, P, you can't treat your customers like that. They can bring business to your shop and so forth. My father said, I don't want his business. And if his business is I am dependent on his business to feed my family, we will all starve. What my father did was for the protection of his small son and the other members of his family. Fast forward a few months later, night mornings. My sister Shaman, who normally take me to night mornings, we say, oh, she didn't feel like going today. It was 72, 1970, I remember now. My mother was ill. And I said, you know what, if Shaman ain't going night mornings, I am going by myself. And I got up, put on some clothes. I opened the door like I see Shaman used to open the door, and I closed it the same way she did. Mother woke up. She saw me leaving, but she knew she was ill. She knew she had a terminal illness. She was going to die soon. And she knew she could not and would not be there to protect me when she's gone. She didn't stop me. But what she did, she went down on her knees and she started to pray. as soon as I leave home, and she never stopped praying until I returned. Walking up Highway 2, South River Road, sanitation department. The same man who my father spoke to, I didn't see him, so I didn't know it was him, was sitting on the bridge there. Shiny new 100 Suzuki bike. I knew it was a Suzuki bike because I've seen them in Bruce Bunny's store. Bruce Bunny was the agent for them. And as children coming home, when we go up to shop for window shopping, I'd have seen those bikes and I'd read the Suzuki and the 100, so I knew exactly what it was. So he saw this small child about 6 years old on the street, 2 o'clock in the morning, heading uptown. Because that is the time my mornings get started. Between 12 and 6. He said, little boy, come here. The naive child walked over to the fella. Don't even know he was in danger. He said, little boy, do you like my bike? I said, yes, it's a nice bike. Hey, little boy, do you want to ride on my bike? I said, yes, I want to ride on your bike. He said, who your father is? I said, my father is Palmer. We live down the street down there. He said, oh, Palmer. I said, my father have a shop right next to Miss John. He said, little boy, get on my bike. He said, I'm going to drive across. And he drove down to the cemetery on Back Street. He said, when I reach, point out the house to me. So when he reached, I said, that house, it was, I can't remember which color our house was painted in at that time. But I point out the house and I say, that is the house, the blue house there, the upstairs and downstairs. And he drove down to the cemetery. He turned his bike around. He drove back to where he met me. He stopped his bike. I got off the bike and he said to me, go on, little boy, go on. Go on, little boy, go on. If my father did not threaten him and throw him out of the shop, I would have been a victim of that pedophile, like so many others. Young children in our community became victim to him. And when we consider that the Most High God loves me more than my father Hamilton Palmer could ever love me, because my father was only a steward, he was entrusted with me for my care and my protection. My true father is the Most High God. So if my father Hamilton Palmer loved me so much, how much more does the Most High God love me? How can I be the friends of the people who the Most High God say he hates? How can I not reject them if I really love the Most High God? My people, if you love the Caucasians, I am telling you, you will not be favored by the Most High God, and very soon, you are going to end up a slave like those people here in California, like the African American and the Mexican and all of the other people, because that is their only objective. The Most High said that for a purpose. It was said in the scriptures so we can take heed when we didn't know that the Caucasians of today's world were the Edomites. It was okay, you were ignorant, but now light have come. You have to act accordingly, because if you don't act accordingly, you are going to become the victim of the Caucasian slave. My name is Alan Palmer, Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am still the diaspora machismo.